Welcome to today's episode of the California GACCs Weather Terms video series. Our topic for today will be an in-depth discussion of the upcoming Super El Niño event that is expected to develop later this year. In this video, we will recap what El Niño is and discuss what the upcoming Super El Niño will mean for weather patterns across California this year. If you recall in a previous video, we discussed that the El Niño Southern Oscillation is a global climate phenomenon that emerges from variations in winds and sea surface temperatures over the tropical Pacific Ocean. It has two main phases, one called El Niño and the other La Niña, and both have implications on large-scale changes in jet stream patterns, which commonly influence temperature, rainfall, and storm tracks over vast areas. In that video, we discussed that the El Niño phase occurs when the ocean surface temperature along the equator off the Pacific coast of South America is at least half a degree Celsius above average, which can occur when the trade winds weaken or reverse direction, preventing the upwelling of cold water along the equator. To expand upon the previous video, for an event to be officially classified as El Niño, sea surface temperature departures of at least half a degree Celsius must persist or be forecasted to persist for 5 consecutive overlapping 3-month periods. The strength of an El Niño event is determined by the strength of the sea surface temperature anomaly. A weak event is characterized by an anomaly of 0.5 to 0.9 degrees Celsius. A moderate event is characterized by an anomaly of 1 to 1.4 degrees Celsius, and a strong event is characterized by an anomaly of 1.5 to 1.9 degrees Celsius. A Super El Niño event, which is characterized by an anomaly of at least 2 degrees Celsius, is a very rare occurrence, happening only a handful of times in recorded history. As of the middle of June 2026, the current temperature anomaly along the equatorial Pacific is around plus 1.2 degrees Celsius, depending on the portion of the equatorial Pacific that is sampled. This does not mean we are currently in a moderate El Niño. We started the calendar year in a weak La Niña and have been slowly transitioning into El Niño, so the 3-month running average is only indicating the beginning of a weak event at this point in time. For the past several months, the talk of the town has been the forecast for a Super El Niño developing late this year and continuing into at least early 2027. There is high confidence in an event of this magnitude developing, though the exact strength and time frame remain uncertain. There is a chance that this could be the strongest El Niño on record, but again, we cannot say that for sure just yet. We can say that we are still many months away from conditions getting this strong, as it is a slow process. Now let's dive into what a Super El Niño could potentially mean for weather patterns across California this year. Previously, we have discussed that the warmer tropical Pacific waters during an El Niño phase can cause the Pacific jet stream to move farther south of its typical position. This shift will allow for more storms to move through the southern portion of the United States, leading to the potential for wetter and cooler than normal conditions. Of course, this is not a guarantee, and rather just a pattern found during El Niño events. Actual day-to-day weather patterns remain highly variable and dynamic. El Niño typically has a stronger effect on our weather during the fall and winter months, and this year that is particularly true as we are in a transition phase right now, and we will be in full-fledged strong El Niño for this upcoming fall and winter. An effect that the developing El Niño could have on California this summer is the potential for increased tropical cyclone activity. An above-normal season for tropical cyclones across the eastern Pacific Basin is slated for this summer and fall due to the developing El Niño and associated warmer-than-normal waters. Due to this increase in activity, there is an increased likelihood in the remnants of these systems to move into California. If this were to happen, we could get an influx of tropical moisture during a period that is typically dry across the western U.S. and greatly reduce the fire risk. I mentioned earlier that the El Niño phase can cause the Pacific jet stream to move farther south of its typical position, allowing for more storms to move through the southern portion of the United States. This is likely to be a big talking point for the wet winter season in California this year. We are unable to determine when we may begin seeing this wetter pattern, but there is a good chance that we will see wetting rains ahead of the arrival of offshore winds in the fall. This would be a very positive outcome to allow for an earlier end to the high fire season. Once the wet season gets started, there's a very good chance that California will fare wetter than normal. Of course, we will just have to wait and see what the next several months will bring to truly see what the impacts are. That's it for today's episode of California GACCs Weather Terms. We hope you now have a greater understanding of the upcoming Super El Niño event and what that could mean for weather patterns across California this year. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.